Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much for the invitation. The title of my presentation is Quantum Biology, Potential Role in Reproduction. I'm not sure how many of us are familiar with the theory of quantum physics before we talk about its application in biology. But quantum physics is the basic foundation of all our modern life. All our cell phone, computers, lasers, machines, etc., all depend on quantum physics. And now we realize that it has a lot to do with biological or the function of the biological system. Now, the word quanta means it's of course from Latin word. It means very tiny things, and it's when we talk about quantum world, the world of the quantum world is the world of the very tiny things. That is the atomic and subatomic particles and energy, and it is where everything meets. Biologists, physicists, chemists all meet at the quantum world. Let me say that the quantum biology is an emerging field, not very new, but actually goes back to maybe the 1940s, when the people started to think about the quantum world as or the quantum phenomena as basic or the basis of life. Now, I'm going to first talk about what is quantum physics, just to introduce it for those who may not be familiar with the issue, and then give some examples of quantum biology or the application of quantum physics in biology, and then finish my presentation of the potential role in reproduction. Now, what is quantum physics? Quantum physics is the physics of the quantum world. That is the atomic and the subatomic world. Once we enter into this world, we must forget all about the physical rules which control our macroscopic world. And if you imagine yourself, if you shrink yourself to atomic or electron or something, you will have abilities and you'll have features which have nothing to do with your feature as a macroscopic entity. You can be in different places at the same time. You can go through barriers which you'll never be able to go through. You can do lots of things. And therefore, we must accept what is completely counterintuitive when we talk about the quantum world. The most important fact at the end will come out with a very important fact that we are in a very undetermined world when we talk about quantum world. The main features of the quantum world or quantum physics are the wave-particle duality, the superposition, entanglement, and tunneling. I'll talk about each one in one or two slides. The wave-particle duality is that in the quantum world, you are neither a particle nor a wave. The old teaching that the electrons or that the nucleus of the atom is like the sun, and the electrons are the planets which goes around it. This is a planetary model of the atom, is no more valid anymore now, because everything is wave. The electrons are waves. You can never tell where they are, neither location nor speed. So they have wave-like things, but all quantum system, quantum particles or quantum systems will, as I said, they are undetermined, but once you observe them, they will become particle. This is maybe require further explanation, but just accept this fact that a wave like, like this water wave, you can never tell its location, you can never tell its speed, you can never tell anything about it. But if this is a quantum issue or system, and once you observe it, you look at it, then immediately it becomes localized and lose all the wavy features and become a particle. So it's a wave and particle duality. And this is a very weird fact, but this is the fact about the quantum world. A superposition, if you flip a coin and you can never tell, as long as it is flipping in the air, which side it is, the queen or the writing or whatever, which side the coin is. You can only tell the size or its status when it stops. So it's in all position at the same time. And this is the feature of the quantum particle or quantum system. Electrons can be in any position. You can never tell where it is and what its status. It's a superposition. The entanglement is even more weird phenomena. Entanglement means if you have two quantum particles produced at the same time, they are entangled together. What that means, let me give you an example that makes us as an obstetrician understand it. Imagine that this machine is a machine which produces twins, and you have one twin went to the one side of the world, and the other twins went of the universe, and the other twin went to the other side of the universe. And if this twin raises his left hand, immediately the other twin will raise his right hand. Now, how did the information went from one twin to the other? How did the information went from one quantum system to the other quantum system at the other end of the world, of the universe? Because each quantum system have features like spin or spin up or spin down or whatever features that physicists knows about the quantum things. But these features are undetermined and unknown. They do not exist. But once you observe or you reveal or identify a feature observe one feature in one quantum system, the other immediately will respond with the opposite thing. Now, the problem with this is that the information has been transferred from one end of the universe to the other end of the universe faster than the speed of light. And this is very odd. And this is what Einstein did not like it, because Einstein had confirmed that nothing in the world can traverse faster than the light. But the information here went from one side to the other end of the universe instantly. And this is why he described this as a spooky action at distance. يعني زي شغل عفاريت يعني. Another feature, or the last feature of the quantum world is tunneling. Tunneling means it going through barriers which normally should not be crossed. Now, in the classical mechanics, if you have a barrier and you have a ball, the ball will never go through the barrier. No matter how strong you throw a ball on the wall or in a barrier, it will return back. You might give very high energy that it will goes around and drop on the other side, but that is understandable. The problem with, or the point with quantum mechanics, that it can cross the barrier with no problem because it's a wavy thing, so it can, the quantum system can cross this barrier. Barrier could be electrical barrier, could be whatever barrier, but it can cross it. And that is very weird and very strange and very important phenomena as well. Now, all elements which I have described, they work together. While these behaviors are typically described individually, but they are all aspects of every quantum system. So they are interlinked and they all work together. Quantum biology. What is quantum biology? Quantum biology is defined as the application of what we have seen, the features of quantum physics, to biological objects and the structure. Does the reaction within the cells, within the tiny little molecules within the cell and atoms, follow the quantum rules, quantum physics? It seems to be true because the lots of reactions actually need to be as fast as or as efficient as that which happen with the utilizing the quantum principle. And I will just go through a few examples that enzymes activity, photosynthesis, and magnetoreception. Now, the enzymes are our life depend on enzymes. All the reactions which happen, biochemical reaction in our cells, are enzymes based. Enzymes mean that you have a substrate that is which has to go into reaction in order to get a product. Now, to do that, you need to put energy. You need to put a lot of energy, and that can be extremely difficult. Can take actually quite long time, or even impossible, to have this energy within the cells to have the products. So unless you have an enzyme which goes into the reduce this energy requirement, and once the energy required is reduced, then you catalyze the reaction and you have the products. So the catalysts are the enzymes which speed up the rate of reaction without them being used in the reaction themselves. That is the definition of enzyme. And this very much depends on the quantum phenomena. The photosynthesis, the reaction which our life depends on, is actually based or depend on the quantum phenomena. Now, in photosynthesis, plants will take the light from the sun, light energy, and transform it into chemical energy, that is sugar. And then we come and eat the plants. So that is this is how our life is tied up with the plant and with the sun. So we are actually, as it is said, we are light eater. We eat the light of the sun. But in order to do that, plants will take the CO2 in the presence of water and the energy of the light and make sugar and oxygen produced that we will breathe. Now, of course, the reverse occurs within our cells, the respiration, because within the cells, we eat blood, we eat sugar. The sugar reaches the cells by blood circulation, and then we breathe oxygen, we put them together, and then we burn the sugar and produce carbon dioxide, which we exhale and produce water. So these reactions actually depend a lot on quantum phenomena. The magnetoreception is a very interesting feature. That is the reception of magnetic waves. Now, we know of lots of creatures which actually, like birds, like butterfly, like the fish, these creatures, these organisms have migration trips over thousands and thousands of miles under water or air without any compass. And it was a big problem. How do they do it? How do they navigate the ways in the air? And until it became recently realized that they have certain molecules in the retina, and these molecules with the react to the magnetic fields of the Earth. So they actually see their way as they fly, as exactly as you will probably have your map and looking at it. They can follow up the magnetic waves through this, and this action is depend on the quantum features. The avian magnetoreception refer to the ability that some migrating species, such as birds, possess to use the Earth's magnetic field to navigate their flight. And that is again depend on the magnetic fields. And that is some of the birds which do it. Now, what is the potential rule of this quantum features or quantum physics in biology, in reproduction, especially in reproduction? Well, there may be lots more than what I have pointed out here: mitosis, fertilization, the prevention of polyspermy, DNA mutation. Of course, if we include the enzymatic reaction, then it's all depend on quantum physics. Now, as we said, enzymes reaction. Enzymes means that you have a substrate which you're going to either split. For example, you have starch. You're going to produce from the starch simple sugar. So you need an enzyme to do that. You have two different substrates. They have to fit into certain pockets in the enzymes in order to have the products. This is the key and lock theory of enzyme action. So this depends on the or based on quantum features. The meiotic divisions which occur in the cell, you have the centrosome, which before the cell goes into division, it has to split in a way that they think they are entangled together, and each one goes to one side and send their microtubules, which get attached to the chromosomes and pull it up. This is the centrosome, and it will give you this two centrioles at the time of cell division. And then they will send the microtubules, which get attached to the chromosomes and start to pull them together, exactly as you will probably a winch will pull a car from the mud. So they start to pulling the the chromosome at certain point, the centromere, at certain time, and in collaboration with the other centrosome on the other side of the cell. So that seems to be also based on quantum features. DNA mutation copying is also, or DNA copying and then mutation can take place or can happen is also a quantum phenomenon. Now, fertilization is once a sperm enters a cell, then the cell has to react immediately to prevent further or any additional or any other sperm to goes into the ovum. And there is usually what is called a fast reaction, a slow reaction. Once the sperm enter, then a layer of kind of calcium shell are formed around the inside membrane of the ovum, and this seems to be also happens so quickly as a result of the quantum effect. I think this is important points. A few of the things which so far we think it is based on the quantum rules or quantum mechanics. principle. But I'm sure in the future there will be applications for quantum theory in clinical medicine, ranging from diagnostic modalities to therapeutics, including treating cancer, channelopathies, disorders of visions or faction, possibly even novel methods of drug delivery. And I'm sure in the reproduction we'll have a lot of application, but that is could take some time, a not very long time. We need to teach our medical students, our medical school, what is quantum theory, what is quantum mechanics, what is quantum physics, and its current and potential future application in biology. Thank you very much for your attention.